The first thing I'm going to share is a completely mocked up website. So if you're a business like installing solar, this is a demonstration of a website that you may have, but this was created in about 3 minutes. So don't judge it, don't judge the content. It was mainly AI created. But imagine this is your website where you can get a free solar survey. So this obviously people can build websites in all sorts of different technologies, whether it's custom built or whether they're using a system like Webflow or Framer or WordPress. There are many different ways of creating like web forms. Payaca has an open API. So if you go to the Payaca website, payaca.com, and then scroll down to the bottom, there's API docs there. With a Payaca account, you can generate credentials. We're going to skip over that bit, but that allows you to connect your own service directly into Payaca. If you don't have your own sort of in-house technical capability, there are platforms like Zapier, which works very well, which you could basically say, when this web form's filled in, then do this in Payaca, and that can connect directly to the API. So the API is there to basically take the information that I'm going to fill in here on the website and translate that into Payaca's data structure. So I'm just going to fill in some demo information. Here's one I made earlier. So I've got address here. I've asked for some questions that is potentially going to feed into the survey stages, and there's some other questions here. But obviously, this could be whatever you want, and that can come across into Payaca, both as technical information on the project and say marketing data as well. So I'm going to say get my free survey. Okay, so that's worked great. So if I switch tabs now into this Payaca, I've got this new lead that's come into the pipeline now. I've given this is coded, so it's gone net zero inquiry, but this is basically the customer's name. So I've got a bunch of data here now related to this customer, and this kind of data can actually be used in our analytics dashboards as well. You'll be able to cut so if you're looking at profitability or time to install, like any data, you could then go, well, now I want to be able to filter that by these different variables, whether it's property ownership, for example, and I might find different, whether it's like landlord or owner occupied or whatever, maybe that these are more or less profitable jobs for me. So it's really important to capture this data. But this could be like, I don't know, maybe you're using like Google Ads and you want your ads data going in captured. And so Payaca's handling everything from the initial capture of that lead right the way through the customer journey. And there's going to be lots of data you capture in that customer journey, but I'm going to need to be able to go back and go analyze, or how well is my advertising working, for example, because ultimately this one might have got me more sales, but this means that they're much more profitable on the whole. So it's just important to have that data at the start, so you can create these field sets yourselves, which has got all of this information, and that's going to be pre-populated there. So within Payaca, I'm on the customer page here. On the customer, I can go see the schedule addresses, like contacts, and then the projects. You might have multiple projects over time. This one is a solar battery lead that's come in. My sort of AI solution here has added a bunch of notes. So this is Claude that's added notes, but that's equivalent to like ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, or there are various solutions out there that we can talk about in another video, because that's kind of quite exciting in itself, if you're a little bit geeky like me. So I've now got a different data set here that's related to the project. So I can store data against the customer. I can also store data against the project, and that's just come in via that one submission on the website. So I've got the solar PV installation survey. There's some of the data that the customer's already given us is going to be pre-populated. So when the surveyor goes out using the mobile app in the field, they're going to be asked to answer some of these questions. There's some photos here as well. But they're also going to already have some of the information, so they could maybe correct it. And there would also be an audit log of any changes here. I mean, I, in the office as well, can click in here and go, actually, I do know that it's clay tiles. because I had a chat with the customer and they told me, obviously a slightly random example, but now that's going to go to the field agent as well. I am going to load a template because this is going to pull in my folder structure. So within the files section now, I've got all of these different folders. I can create subfolders in here as well. So it's really important that you are able to sort of classify the information that comes in, whether it's images, whether it's documents that people have signed. I can move that around into the right folders, and all of that can be, some of it will be shared via the client portal. We'll cover that in another video or another webinar as well. But a handover document that'll be there. I can drop files into it, and we can share them with the customer. I'm going to assign this one to me. So the first thing we're going to do then, as part of this run through, I'm going to book in the survey. So I'm going to book it in for. Click on me. I'm going to use the solar survey template, and that solar survey template is going to ask the person in the field to fill out that solar PV installation survey as a form. So it's going to add the data that's already there. I am going to add Jamie as well to this. You can add, obviously, multiple people might be attending. Maybe Jamie's my apprentice. So I've put that one in. So I can see it's gone into both people's calendar. If I click on that, I can see there's a task to complete the field set there. If we go back to activity, I can see now I've got this option, this calendar booking in the diary. Hopefully now we can see the mobile app. So this was a previous appointment I had in the diary for today. Which I've completed, but this is the next one. So I can click on that, and I can view the information here. So there might be some notes. We haven't had any materials, address history if someone's been here before. If the customer contacts here, and any files that can be shared with me. We've not set that one up. So as the person in the field, I now go. I'm on the way. So what that's going to do is I can see that for James Thompson, I've got his email and his mobile number. So when I click start, it's going to use the Google Maps API, which looks at the current travel conditions based on my location and the location of the booking. And it's going to send the customer a notification to say that Matt's on his way with an estimated arrival time of whatever it is, plus a 10-minute window, just in case. And any problems there. I've got directions at the top, so then I can open that in my app of choice. Tracking my travel time is important to note from a business perspective. You're going to want to have your sort of like users' costs sort of tracked against them. So what we're trying to do here, we're not going to show sort of proposals and stuff on this webinar, but once you've created your proposal, that gets you your revenue. You're going to be tracking your materials as you go. You're going to be able to track your labor costs as well. Look at your profitability and look at, how close was I to, say, forecast. And that's something that as well, when we looked at those sort of custom data fields, you can then start to look at, how profitable are different types of jobs. So I'm in travel mode. I arrive on site and I click arrived. I start work. Worth noting that this will work offline as well. So, if often you're going to locations where you don't have signal, I'm still going to have the data stored locally on the device. That includes, the whole supplier databases. So, for example, we've got an integration with City Plumbing. You can access your account and your prices, and locally on the mobile device, the field agent can order materials, which is pretty cool. I'm in work mode now, so we're just going to go, I guess, to the solar PV installation survey, because really what we're going to focus on is that data that's captured. So I click on the task. This is my custom form that I've created. Obviously, customers already filled this in, so I can see this, so I don't have to waste time duplicating the data. Forgive me if I enter some numbers that are entirely ridiculous in here, but this is just a simple. Okay, so this is the cool bit. So it's going to ask me for photos. So I have prepared some earlier. What was that one I asked for? roof overview. What have we got? That looks like a roof overview. Okay, so I'm going to add that one. Consumer.
Looks like AI is a lot in this.
Yeah, AI is great. Well, it doesn't really matter. So already done that. But...
Yeah, this is not what our office looks like.
Okay. I mean, whatever. That one. Site access. These people are realistic, don't they? The good thing about asking AI to create images is often you do get those the images that people love to comment on, where like someone's on a roof without scaffolding and all sorts of health and safety fails. But this is not real life. This is made up images, so don't worry about it. Cool. So I'm going to click save on that. It's syncing. There's quite a few images there to sync. If you're offline, remember it will just store them locally, and it can just upload them when you do get signal. But that's all synced. They're quite big images. But obviously I'm on Wi-Fi here, so that was all quite seamless. Another thing, I just wanted to touch on here while I'm here is the materials. So this is where I've got access to the entire city plumbing database. I don't know, maybe a solar panel. No, I want some LED flashing. So, I mean, this, as I said, there's like close to 1 million items that are sort of synced locally. Obviously, that's not actually that much data because it's not like it's like lots of images and anything. It's just like text and prices, and so I'm going to request these materials. I'm going to notify Jamie. And I need them tomorrow. Oh no, I've missed it. What's the date today? I don't know. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I'll click cancel. Seamless. Okay. So that's done as well. I can see the images that I've uploaded. And I can view them if I need to check that. Okay, cool. So I'm done working on this now. So I'm going to click done and work. It's going to ask me, say, if I'm doing this after, I actually finished at 2 and I forgot to do it, or I'm doing it now, I could adjust the time. I get sort of one shot of that. Could be edited in the office if it real needs be, but hopefully not. Any additional photos, I'm basically going, all right, that's done. All tasks complete. Okay, my work in the field is done. So what we need to do now is we need to switch back over to the web version, and we'll just see the kind of result of that. This is done now. So you will notice at the top here we've got some information here, and that's the materials forecast. So that's based on the request that I made in the field. But what I do have now is a filled out list of all the information and the images that were recorded on site. I've just got that instantly as soon as they've synced. So in the files section now, I've got all of these images. So probably a good opportunity to test out our AI search. So all the images that run through, this is live, so hopefully it works. So all our images are run through like image like description through like AI and like tagging. So if I were to search for roof, it should show me the 2 roof pictures. And it does. Well, there's 3 roof pictures there. I think, yeah, that's correct. Or if I was to go solar, okay, it's going to show me the solar. I wonder if it's got the ladder. Oh, yes, got the ladder. Cool. So that's pretty cool. If you ever need to like rename them as well, we do have a feature there. Again, using that same sort of technology. So it's going to pull that up. If you've taken images of specific like manufacturer devices, it's going to pull that out as well. So it's pretty good at that. So for example, maybe I want to now, all right, these are all my survey images. I want to move them into survey and design. So if I open there, they're all stored in that. I can create nested folders as well. So, that's, pretty useful for storing those sort of subfolders, and maybe there's a subfolder that I want to share with customers. I can navigate out here. I can rename these if I've got them wrong. Obviously I've templated them, so they're going to be there every time, and there's kind of like lots more stuff we want to do there, but obviously I can click in there. It's going to show me what's in that folder, but I put stuff in this folder. So if I wanted to create that nested folder, I'm already in the survey and design. I don't know, say I want to create a share folder within that. So that's share there, and I could also like drag that and go, oh, I want to share that specifically. And then, you've got your same functionality of I was going to send a link to the portal, and then the customers can always go back and access it. If you share it and you didn't mean to, you can unshare it. There's kind of, lots of options there, and I can filter by the different types of files as well. So that is, and these custom fields. So these custom fields, there's a few other places now. Actually, I haven't got set up for this demo, but we can map those to forms that maybe you need to get someone to sign, or it's an output that needs to be shared with a customer, like commercial customer wants all this documentation, for example. They can also be used in our, a lot of our templates. So if that's our could be an automation template, could be a proposal template, so that you're really saving that time. You only want to be entering this data once, and it can be used in lots of different places. Analytics, automated messaging, all sorts of all those kind of forms as we discussed, and that includes the kind of images as well. So if you need the images embedded, you can do all that now as well. While I'm here sort of like looking at what I tracked on site, let's just quickly look at materials. So I can see this is what was requested here. They are in the to order. It was requested by me. You can see the stock availability, and that's based on sort of branch locations as well. I've got the little van to say it can be delivered, and there's always this history here as well. And then I can always create a PO. If it's for city plumbing in particular, I can actually go through and make that order online in my account. So that's pretty useful as well. And what else? Just on this, so there was, I spotted a problem, and I need to change something. I can still go in and change it in the office, and there is an audit log of who changed what. So there is one other thing that is worth showing. I can do the DNO applications, which connect directly into DNA Connect Direct. You can basically, this is integrated, and again, it's about only entering the data once. So I want to do a solar and battery installation. So it pre-populates. I can search. It's got all of the existing devices in the database and all the information there. So I don't really know what I'm searching for, but obviously it's got all that there. Commissioning date and the cutout image. So based on what was captured on site, I've got all that pre-populated, supporting files and everything. So I can do the whole installation. If the DNO auto accepts it, it lets me know instantly. Also, if it gets if there's more information required, it will show you. So all of that can be tracked against this project, and again, only entering that data once. So we'll end it there. But thanks for watching if you got this far. Bye.